Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And today I just wanted to do a quick video responding to this because I thought it was kind of an interesting concept and I wanted to know your thoughts on what she's saying. So I'm going to go ahead and play the whole thing and then I will react and we'll do it again.
I'm sitting here in between sessions thinking about the anger and rage people have at the existence of fat people. It's so bizarre to me. I'll post a video and people send me messages with so much rage and anger just that I exist. I don't know why you're so mad at my existence, except if you're mad that there are people who live in fat bodies and are able to find some peace and freedom and are not hustling to be smaller. And if you're still in that place, I have all the empathy in the world. I lived there for a very long time. So I get it. If you're in a place where your fear of being fat or of gaining weight or of staying fat is so all encompassing that you are pursuing thinness at any cost, yeah, that makes sense. The world is harsh to fat people. I get it. But let that be your relationship with your body, just like I get to have a relationship with my body. If seeing this video makes you mad, then I would encourage you to do some reflecting on yourself and on your own internal experience and not put that onto me or put that onto other fat people.
Okay, and what if you feel nothing from that video? Then what does that say about me? Because I feel like that's such a weird thing to say. I don't know. Like, could you imagine if I was, like, as an activist, if I said something like that? I wonder if I have. I'm, like, really thinking, I'm like, have I ever been like, if you feel this way, then this. And it's, like, I usually am, like, talking about logic. So it's like, if you believe this, we're talking about, like, an actual belief. But I guess like I've always understood that feelings or people could have emotional reactions to things I'm saying. And it doesn't, I don't know. Like I said, it does, if I step on the fungus, so to speak, and it freaks out somebody that's in the issue, I don't mind that. But it's just such a weird thing to say. I don't know. I think it's kind of cringy. I don't know. I have a little bit of a migraine today, so maybe I'm just not like at top tier right now to where I can really like break this down, but let's just start it over and then I will break it down piece by piece.
I'm sitting here in between sessions thinking about the anger and rage people have at the existence of fat people.
So I want to know how much this is actually a thing, do you think? Because what I see and honestly what I experience, which it might be hard to believe, is a lot of apathy. Like if I was enraged at seeing fat people, like I've told you guys, I'm out in public all the time. And I live in Alabama, so there's fat people literally everywhere all the time. Like, I don't know. I don't even think I'd catch a breath. I don't even think I could, like, and I already have my moments where I get irritable or whatever for reasons that have nothing to do with fatness, period. But, like, I'm starting to realize I maybe was irritable for a couple of days because this migraine was coming, which that is like kind of I think a precursor to a migraine is irritability. And so it's like, I am just sitting here thinking like, if I was mad like that, like, are there people that are actually like that in the United States? Because like, how could you even live? You know what I mean? That's my question.
It's so bizarre to me. I'll post a video and people send me messages with so much rage and anger just that.
So I think honestly, this is going to be really harsh, but I think you're just not that likable of a person. And you do have your people that like you, but there's a lot of people that cannot stand you at all, or like viscerally hate you, basically. And if I were to break it down in this very moment, not getting so deep with it, it's just your presentation. It's really annoying. Like the way that you talk, and it's like you try to have a condescending attitude, but at the same time, you have like no confidence in your voice. It's very like, it's kind of like off-putting to people when they watch you. And then you often sound like you're gasping for breath, which to me, I think it's just anxiety. So it's like you're saying all this stuff, but even to me, the impression I get is that you say it and even you know it's BS. So it's like, why then? And I know that you believe it. Trust me, I know. But it comes across like you don't. So I think it's perhaps the toxic ritualistic inability to see how you're coming across type of vibe. And she says later in this video that she has so much empathy, but I don't think she does. And again, I've had very interesting experiences with anhedonia throughout, like reverse dies, diets. It was really bad, like in November, December, January. It was like intense. And I kind of lost how I was coming across during that time, especially in December. I lost perception. And it was because I was just generally numb, like kind of emotionally numb, which is weird to say. But I had very, very low dopamine signaling and I just became numb. So I wasn't like aware of how I was coming across during those times, which is weird. So I don't know, like maybe she's having a moment like that. I don't know. I definitely have a brain that has a legacy of the toxic ritualistic. Shifts like that, my brain is very sensitive to it, so I tend to have one hell of a like physical reaction, basically. But it's like I wonder, like, how she does not see how she comes across. It's so bad. Like, and when I say I lost touch with how I was coming across, I was just acting kind of, oh gosh, I don't even want to say it out loud because it's going to give my haters like fodder. It doesn't matter. Who cares, right? I don't care anymore. I was acting a little bit douchey in December. And then I like had this whole moment where I was like, I have like this entitled woman energy at the time, which I did, which is bad. Like it was not a good look. And I think I was kind of aware, but I didn't realize like how bad it actually was. And yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I was very smug. I felt so smug. And I don't know. So it was the weirdest reaction I ever had. But I wasn't aware of it at all. And I recently like looked at stuff from December and I was like, oh my God, But I don't know. People don't consider that, It's like sometimes when you're like all TR-ish, like she's like really deep in it. She probably doesn't know, And for me, like I said, I have the legacy of it. So I still have those really strong signals, or like my brain really changes. And people give you zero grace. Like you're expected to like downsize or whatever with complete perfect grace the entire time, which I've tried my hardest to speak out against that many times because I didn't even know I was having anhedonia at the time. It's like, how are you aware that you're numb when it's slowly happening, Sorry, I didn't know. Gosh. But at least I could tell you guys about it, you know? Anyways, I wonder if she has like a bunch of hormones all jacked up. She probably does.
I exist. I don't know why you're so mad at my existence, except if you're mad that there are people who live in fat bodies and are able to find some peace and freedom.
See, I wonder if she's not sure, if, like, or she can differentiate between her personally and like the fat collective, you know, like it's like her bloaterness. She can't see herself as an individual anymore at all. And it's like, I think it's a personal problem, to be honest. Like, a lot of people don't like you. Um, it's just a fact. You know, I'm a polarizing person to a certain extent, but polarizing means that there are people that do like me too. I don't think you're polarizing. I think you're just disliked. And I think it's your presentation, which, you know, social media presentation is challenging. I get that. But it's like, I don't know. I would work on it if I were you.
And are not hustling to be smaller. And if you're still in that place, I have all the empathy in the world.
So I don't really think she does. But I. Do you guys get mad if a fat person isn't trying to downsize? Like, I don't really get mad. I don't know. I think for me, I just don't. You have to remember, like, I come from a recovered place. So I have certain mental boundaries. And one of them is like, I always keep a sense of detachment on the outcome of other people's downsizing efforts or journeys or whatever, as well as like what they're eating and that kind of thing, because we can't control it. And to try is kind of TR, right? So I don't do that. So typically when I talk about things on my channel, I'm coming at it from a relatively detached place. And I'm more so trying to motivate my viewers. And I'm more so trying to, you know, kind of hold that line for people who are working through these things. And even doing it repetitively is fine for me because I can handle that, because I'm an obsessive girly pop. I'm totally crazy. Like, I realized I'm just crazy in general. Like, even being outside of the TR, still very crazy. So it's not hard for me to. Oh, by the way, the TR is E followed by the letter D. Sorry, I have to use that term for YouTube. I always have to make sure I say that. I feel so bad when people ask. But I wonder, like, if she thinks it's so personal. Like, it's not personal for me. There's an occasional person that I really, really dislike. I usually will tell you guys because I want you to know. You know what I mean? Like, I've told you guys many times, like, I have a certain karmic tie to William, you know, where it's like, it is a little bit personal. He bothers me. At times he was even like triggering to me in a way, which is kind of crazy to say. But I just let you guys know, like, whenever I have like a really strong bias like that, because I want you to be aware that I might be a little meaner, or, you know, there's that little bit of an oomph to the video, right? So I try to say that, but most of the time it's not. And I think for a lot of people that react and stuff, it's not. I don't know about the hate comments. I think that probably is personal, you know, if you're getting DMs and stuff. But do you guys get upset if a fat person is not trying to downsize? I personally don't, because, like I said, I come at it from that perspective. But again, a lot of you guys that haven't been in the TR, you probably don't have to have those guardrails, or you don't have to like have those sort of boundaries in your mind. So what do you think about it? I'm interested, you know? Like, I think I try to keep it more positive in my mind. Like, I have hope for the most part. Like, some people I don't have any hope for, but people that are willing to try and people that are trying, I typically have hope for them. With the exception of like Amberlyn Reed, I don't have any hope for Amberlyn Reed. You know, there's certain people that I don't have hope for, but I'm not mad that she's not going to do it either. You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder how you guys feel about it. I'm just very curious, honestly. I'm super curious about this because I'm like, is she just coming up with this out of nowhere, or is she touching on something that I'm just not seeing?
I lived there for a very long time, so I get it. If you're in a place where your fear of being fat or of gaining weight or of staying fat is so all encompassing that you are pursuing thinness at any cost, yeah, that makes sense. The world is harsh to fat people.
So I think it's weird for her to say that. Like, I would never tell somebody who's a fat activist that what they're doing makes sense. It doesn't. I would never tell somebody that has E fall by the letter D that what they're doing makes sense. It doesn't. I will tell you the opposite. I will say it doesn't make sense. It's actually really dumb. It's not real. It's delusional. You know, I will say these things because I don't. Otherwise, why am I talking? Right? Like, why am I making this video? Like, what the hell is that? So I think it's just a weird thing. I can obviously empathize. Like, I experienced it. I did the damn thing. I was deep in the TR for many years. But I was wrong the whole way through. You know, the whole thing was stupid. And honestly, if I could take it back, I would. And I think most of us that are fully recovered would take it back if we could. You know, I've told you guys many times it's the only regret I really have. You know, there are certain other regrets I have, maybe like one or two, but they're not that big of a deal. But that regret of going into the TR is like one that I don't know that I will ever fully. I mean, I think I will let go of it, but only because this is where, like, again, I don't know why I keep bringing up my Scorpio side. I will let go of it, but only because it will spite it further. So, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of Scorpio-ish lately. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's all my sacral work and stuff. It's making me all like, you know, I feel like a Scorpio right now. Um, all those deep-seated emotions, right? But seriously, like, I will let it go just because I know that the disorder would hate that I'd let it go. So I will do it to spite it. It's kind of similar to when things went south with my ex and I was nice to him because I, like, when it was over, I was nicer to him because I knew it would hurt him more if I was nicer. So I was like extremely gracious to him. And I did it because I knew it would hurt him. So sometimes you gotta work what you got. You know, I don't got no Libra in me. I'm not exactly the most peacemaker-ish type of person. So it's hard for me. I gotta like trick that side into it. So I will let it go. I will let it go to spite it further. That's basically what it is. But it is a deep regret. It is. I will never let go of the anger towards it though. That I won't, because it's a part of my fight. But yeah, it's like about the actual problem. It's not about the people. Because my whole argument is that DIS order is not who you are. Who you are is being drowned out and buried by that problem, by the TR. You know, that's not who you are. You're not a zombie. You've lost yourself. You're losing yourself. That's what I argue. So it's not about me hating you. It's about me pointing out you lost yourself here. You aren't yourself anymore. You have taken on this super typical pattern of behaviors that is documented, and these mindsets and this obsession has taken over everything in your life. And I will point that out and I will say that it's wrong. You shouldn't do that. It's not okay. It was never okay. it was always bad.
I get it, but let that be your relationship with your body, just like I get to have a relationship with my body.
It's very weird. Like, I would never tell you guys, like, I'm going to let you just be in the TR without me arguing against it. No. Hell no. If you are a zombie, become human again. Do not stay in the issue. That's a hell no. I'm going to tell you to get out every single day. I'm going to tell you to stay out every single day. We're going to deconstruct it every single day. It's like, hell no. That's just your relationship with your body. No, it's not okay for me. If your relationship with your body is toxic, ritualistic behaviors, then no. Hell no. Not acceptable at all. Not okay with me. No. No. But I can say that and still have emotional detachment from the outcome, right? Because this is a logical issue. This isn't an emotional one. It's a logical one. It's a lack of logic. So it must be fought logically, although at times communicated with emotionally, because there's no logic there. So it's a weird issue. So I'm blessed with a very emotional sounding voice and just being an emotional person for sure. I'm blessed with that because it does help me fight it because I can say something logical in a very emotional way. But it's all about just communicating it. But it's really a lack of logic. That's the problem. And that's where it has to be fought. You don't have to fight your emotions. That's not what this is about. It's about fighting your thoughts. The thoughts are what are wrong. Something like obesity is genetic. That's wrong. That's what you have to fight. You see? And then sometimes people have emotional attachments to those beliefs. And that's where I just say, just go ahead and have the freak out. You know, just let it go and freak out about letting it go. It doesn't matter. The emotion isn't going to hurt you. But adhering to that belief, it will. That will hurt you.
If seeing this video makes you mad, then I would encourage you to do some reflecting on yourself and on your own internal experience and not put that onto me or put that onto other fat people.
See, it's just like, just stop. Like, if you're not going to cook, then get out of the kitchen. That's how I feel about that. It's like, if you want to do this and you need to pick a lane. So I don't know why I'm getting into like my lecturing mode, but I think for me, it's just when I see such shitty activism, it actually pisses me off just because of the level of incompetence. It bothers me. And I think it's just, I'm getting all cringe again, cringe millennial on you guys, but I have a very strong Enneagram 5 wing. So for those of you guys who know that, I'm a 4-wing 5. It's very strong, which means I value competence, and especially like in areas of interest or things that I take part in. So I take part in activism. So it really bothers me when somebody does such a piss poor job. You need to either be gracious, girly pop, amazing, I'm going to kill you with kindness, or you need to be a bitch. I almost said an effing C, but I'm trying to cool out a little bit. But you need to do one or the other. Because this whole like, I'm going to like half call you out, but then like not, but then like, I'm going to have this tone and like, no. It's so shitty. It is so poorly done. Like, stop. Please. It is making me just squirm. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Like, you can go vicious, you can go kind. I would highly suggest doing one or the other. Because when you do that, like passive aggressive, it does not work with activism. It just doesn't. You can be funny as an activist. Humor can work, but humor isn't passive aggression. It's, I don't know. This is giving diary. To which I'm like, can be a time and place, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, that doesn't even work. Like, just make a video and be like, I'm struggling with hate right now, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if you should say that, but I do it. It's probably cringe, but I'm cringe sometimes, okay? I'm not a perfect activist. But I would appreciate that better. She was just like, I get these messages and I don't understand why I'm pissing people off so much just by existing. Like, even if she said that, it would be cringe. But I could like appreciate that a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going too far. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to let you guys go. I think that was it. Yeah. I just wanted something quick today. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll be back with the podcast tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, etc. I will see you soon. Bye.